good stuff. All right, so, guys, all right, so we're getting a little worn down, so I want us to get a little energy going, shake it out, shake out your hands, open your hands, come on. Guys, we gotta get that positive energy going back again. Gotta let it down a little something, gotta let it out. That's right, that's what I'm talking about. We should get a little music in here, be a happy song. Like, all right, so we're gonna keep it going because we have some amazing people in the room, and I'm already, you know, it's so funny because my brain is a networker. When I walk down the street, I don't see stores, I don't see shops, I see business. And I see what's possible and what can happen, and this one need to talk to that one, and maybe they could work this marketing with them, let's get a coupon going. You know, that's how I think. I really do. It's a sad shame because you talk to me in the car, you'd be like, okay, you need to shut up for a while. You just want to look at the pretty sign, okay? It's like something new. So when I'm downtown, I get really, I get disoriented because I love it. It's so big and bright, and it's like, oh, and they did this advertisement. It doesn't help that I have a background in digital marketing. That made it all worse, okay? Because now I'm on fire, because I know what I got that education to bring to my community. So we can talk about possibilities and bring people who can do that. Well, I have a gentleman in the room who does that with a group of women here. Mr. Miles, are you here?
He's right there.
All right. Yes. This gentleman, okay, I want to make sure I say this correctly because I've gotten this wrong before and it was very embarrassing. This gentleman is with the Women's Chamber of Commerce. I said peace last night. And he's amazing because I can tell you, I get the letter, I get everything, phone calls and check-ins, okay? I make sure we connect, right? I told him and be like, can I do this? He was like, you got to be a member. And he's for real, okay? You're right. Yes. But I get invited to also, I get to go to some freebies too, so don't start. So you want to come and tell them what you're about?
I can do it.
What's going on?
I got a lot.
And don't forget, we got a lot. So y'all get ready for more goodies. All right.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you did.
How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
Yes.
All right, Claudette's in the house. All right, shout out to Ken Murph in the back. Mark Alston puts this event on once a month, every month. So shout them out. Oh, shout out to those rum punches because I don't know what's going on. But shout out Mark Alston. And shout out to Cedar Lewis. I have one of the women in business in the back. She makes the powerful buttercream, but you're going to hear about that in a minute. I'm Lawrence Ben Miles. I advocate for women in business and minority-owned businesses. So we're working with a lot that's coming up for women. Of course, March is Women's Month. Y'all know that, right? Yeah. I can give y'all that one down. It's a lot of great things coming up. So we have the State of Women in Business coming up. That's going to be March 15th. So I'm going to give everybody a flyer to make sure you're there at Columbia College. So we're working on a lot of things with women to get certified, MWBE. So if you have a business and you've been in business for a year, you can get MWBE certified, which means you can do business with the city or state agencies. You hear that? I know. You gotta get some of that product. But there's so much out there that everybody doesn't know is available. So we also put together a new booklet, which is called Explore West Harlem, that we did right here. We did with the city councilman, Mark Levine, and Gail Brewer's office. If you know Gail Brewer, that's my girl. You gotta keep on your councilmen. If y'all know them, y'all should know your council person or whoever's your district. Right, Kennedy, you know who's in the Bronx. Know all of them. And if you don't know them, you tell them I sent you. So I'm working on a lot of great things. And Saturday, I'm in New Jersey. So I'm doing an event for young women in shelters. So we're collecting dolls for daughters. That's what it's called. So we're going to do something for women. You know, we go around and give a lot of dolls to shelters. There's a lot of young women that don't have. And it's also about depression awareness, because we have a lot of young youth killing themselves. So we're trying to, I got some great people coming in that's going to speak to them. So it's a whole lot of things coming up. March 21st. We have the All Women in Business photo shoot. So all the women who own a business, or do a business, everybody should be there. I'll make sure you'll get my card. I'll email y'all. It's going to be at Alhambra Ballroom. And it's just a great event. A lot of power women get to connect and talk to each other and network. If this one doesn't know that one, they can learn from each other. So it's just a lot of great things coming up. And I come from a whole new game. I just mixed it in. I originally started with Ralph McDaniels. If you know Video Music Box, I was in all his videos. It Takes Two, Joy and Pain, Self-Destruction, MC Light. Let's just keep going, because I'm a dancer in the beginning and all of this stuff. Worked with all the record labels, Motown, Atlantic, independent promotions. It's a struggle. You just gotta grind. Nobody wants to grind anymore, but I'm gonna show them you gotta grind. And then you don't just wake up and everybody know you. You gotta keep grinding, help some people, bring some people on, right, Ken? That's right. About 5 people on, and then you did something for the night. So 5 of y'all going somewhere. I don't know where y'all going, but I'm like the male Oprah. So I'm gonna put y'all somewhere. Y'all gonna be in somebody's book or something. But Cedar Lewis is gonna be up here soon, because I'm bringing out a lot of power women. I'm trying to just get them out and keep them going. And they got a lot of great things to say. So I definitely have my cards in the back. And March, like I said, is Women's Month. So just look for everything coming.
How can we get in contact with you?
How can you get in contact? I don't know. All right, I'm on Instagram at VIP Ben, like very important person Ben. Where else am I at? Facebook, Lawrence Ben Miles, yes ma'am. And LinkedIn, Lawrence Ben Miles. Definitely, you can check me, www.nywcc.org, the Women's Chamber of Commerce. L Miles at nywcc.org, LMILES at nywcc.org. And I'm going to just email you everything you should be at, and there's a whole lot of things coming up. So everybody get ready, women and men.
Thank you. Like he said, that's everything. Okay, so we are doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing here tonight, right? Networking, get good information, and we're going to get some things to do after now. I love it. It just keeps it going. So we have a young lady who, I hope she's ready. All right, Miss Lisa Henderson. Please, everyone, put your hands together for Miss Lisa Henderson.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Henderson. Born and raised here in Harlem, New York.
Can't hear you back here.
Okay, Mark. Born and raised in Harlem, New York. All my life been here. I'm a medical coder for the hospital. I've been into travel. Just telling Mark, since I was about maybe 14, my mom started me basically booking trips for her, going all over the place to Toronto, Canada. I mean, just every place. He used to book trips for us to go to Action Park back in the days, and I continue with that because that's my passion, travel. So today I've been traveling for the past maybe 20 years. I just started maybe about a year ago to actually go into business for myself and actually have my own company, which is Living the Dream World Travel. And I've been doing that for the past 8 months. I just came back from a girls' trip last week that I put together. About maybe 10 of us went down to New Orleans for the whole entire week, which we had a really, really nice time. And I have another trip that's coming up May 12th to the 19th, which is going to Bermuda, down on the West Side Highway. We're doing the weekend escape. And then I'm doing a Cuba trip, and November 7th to the 15th, we're going to Cuba, leaving from Miami, Florida. So I'm just here basically to talk about, living the dream world travel. Like I said, traveling is my passion. I've been doing it for a long, long time. And I have my business cards. I want to pass out my business cards if anybody's interested. And then there's another side to the business as well. It's a network marketing part of the business where we actually bring in people who might be interested in the travel part. So if anybody's interested, like I said, I have my business cards. I'll pass out my cards. And if anybody want to travel, you guys are more than welcome to come and travel and come in out. And you can reach me at livingthedreamworldtravel@gmail.com. And yeah, I'm on Facebook, which is Living the Dream World Travel at Facebook as well. So that's it. Thanks a lot.
Of this year?
my birthday month, so get ready to support my birthday. It's her birthday. Yes, go shouting. So, yes, I'm just doing a lot of great things and just podcasting.
Dish, peas in a pod, right? So yeah, I'll be there. You know, you gotta believe in yourself. I love this. I love the energy in here. Stay focused and don't be afraid to go after your dreams. And the last thing I want to say is be mindful of your subconscious mind.
My parents.
Call your wife's
My wife's name is Ruchi Goyal. I love you. Thank you.
Any kids?
No kids.
All right, so on three, let's just say, I'd like you to come out.
Well,
it's a Sunday.
I will come, and definitely I want to talk to you about my event that I'm doing for my mother that passed away on March 30th. So it's about women's health, and it's about, we're going to really get deep down about women. Nothing about men, just being able to get out so much stuff that they keep inside, trying to be strong for men. Trying to be strong for our community. So I don't have to...
I love that. I don't know about anybody else, but it makes me feel so great when there's so much great energy in the room. Again, reach out to me on my page, Believe in Yourself video with Claudette. Everything that has happened here is going to be on my page. So go on my page on Facebook and you'll find information about this event. And not only that, you can also call me at 212-714-7188. Happy to come out and hang with you. Happy to come out and do what I do. Believe in yourself, people. There is a higher power. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself so that others can do what? Believe in you. This is your girl, Claudette. Out and over.
Hey, this is Tina Lee Jones, and you're watching Believe in Yourself video.
Now, let me just say this. I think tonight was phenomenal.
Yes.
Tonight was phenomenal. The energy. It was a different kind of energy tonight, but good.
Yes.
And it's just so funny. The common denominator tonight was what? Energy. And it's funny. This is what I say every single day.
Yes.
I move with energy. And this is why I don't like to be in places where the energy is not right, because it doesn't allow me to breathe. It really doesn't allow me to breathe.
You gotta be in a space with people, and for me, I have to create. I'm hosting, and I'm El Ruby Thomas, also known as El Ruby's Talking Stuff on Facebook. You can reach me at Ruby Thomas on Facebook directly. You have a lot of streams about finance and our current economy, as well as opportunity, how to change that for yourself. But I really promote small business development and digitally. We have so many resources in each other. This is a phenomenal program. This networker, you gotta be here. People gotta get together and share what we know. I am a true believer in the mastermind.
Absolutely.
How we come together and from a different perspective take our thing to the next level. So I have friends in my business, same business, okay? We could do everything the same, but we don't want to. We want to be in our passion. So instead of being competition, we got something called co-opetition going.
Exactly. It's not a competition. There's enough for everybody. There's no need for competition.
So we created and branded the word co-opetition because we cooperate with who used to be the competition. But no, we strengthen each other. Because like you say, we got to believe in ourselves. We got to believe in ourselves, in each other, and the power of the communication of a group.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for. So I hope that you come back with us. We are moving to a new location. You want to keep up with Buy Black Networks on Facebook, because it will be the place to find where we're going to be. Because when this moves, it gets bigger.
And if you're looking for additional information, I obviously will also have information on my page, the Believe in Yourself video page, and you can find information on my page as well about where we're going and when exactly we're going to do this again. But I think this is going to still be the last Monday of the month.
It's the same day. Same day. Yes.
Same thing. The last Monday of the month.
Same time, just new location. And that's coming up. You'll find out from Claudette. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
So I'm excited, Ruby. And in closing, what do you have to say to our beautiful people that came out tonight?
I have to say believe in yourself. I have to say connect with other people. I have to say love one another. Because you're amazing. And I would love to present you and present that about you. Because that's how I see you. And so the world will too. Like this
and
on that here.
On that note, I don't think there's really any more to add, because Ruby said it all. Just believe in yourself. Absolutely. Believe in the higher power. Believe that you can. That's right. You have to believe in you.
That's right.
Thank you, Miss Ruby.
And thank you. Always.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. My beautiful sister here. I have another beautiful sister queen, whom I was fortunate to meet last month, and she's back looking as fierce as she did before. What does your shirt say?
It says Gold Digger.
Gold Digger.
Yes, honey. We are gold diggers out here. You're a gold digger. I'm a gold digger. She's a gold digger. We're all gold diggers because we're making it happen for ourselves, honey.
I love that. I love that lipstick that you're wearing. Is that a matte?
It is a matte finish. Yes, absolutely.
You know, everybody have their different things that they love. For me, I love lipstick. I just happen to love lipstick. It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. It makes me feel good.
Absolutely. You give the girls the right lipstick, honey, she can change the world. She can be broke as hell, but she got on the right lipstick, she look rich.
That's right, baby. So tell us what bring you out tonight.
So my name is Tina Lee Jones. I am an author, speaker, podcast, and TV host, and I have 2 t-shirt brands. I am the proud author of this amazing book called Gold Digger Tips for millennial women starting a business. You don't have to be a woman. You don't have to be a millennial to benefit from my book. My book is currently nominated for an Author Academy Award for Best Business Book.
Beautiful.
God is good. Won't he do it? Yes. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? So if you're interested in purchasing my book and supporting me, you can find my book at golddiggertips.com. That's GOAL diggertips.com.
Do you have anything, any other, are you going to be seen in other place? Do you have anything coming up to promote your book? I mean, tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm going to be at the Poconos Bazaar on March 16th in Pennsylvania, in the Poconos. Okay. And I'm currently writing my second book, so stay tuned. So follow me on all social media platforms at Tina Lee Jones. My book will be out in September of this year, my birthday month, so get ready to support my birthday.
It's her birthday.
Yes, go shouting. So, yes, I'm just doing a lot of great things and just podcasting. You can check me out on my podcast.
Tell us about that.
My podcast is certifiedgolddiggers.com. And I interview women in business, millennial women in business, talk about how they got started.
I love that.
What were their hiccups? How did they overcome their hiccups? What's new and next? And giving out nuggets for other women so they can be supported and they can get help that they need, that to move their business along to the next level.
I love that. On 3, let's say women helping women, because that's what we want to do, right?
Absolutely.
Well, no, let's say I am my sister's keeper.
Okay.
How is that?
Absolutely. Let's
1, 2, 3. I am my sister's keeper.
And one more. Gold digger. Gold digger.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Isn't he amazing? Come on, y'all. Give it up for my partner. All right. I see I keep that energy going. So I want you to remember, we are here to support Black business and each other. So I want to make sure we keep on our P's and Q's about this. When someone speaks, we, when we're done, they speak, they're done, we. Because it's our way of saying thank you for coming up here. Let's remember that. You gotta remember, it's difficult to come up here for some folks to actually be on camera and in front of lights. And then to share your heart. Very difficult, especially when that's not what you do for a living. All right, so I want to say now it is time for one of our major presenters. She is our prima ballerina today to present what she has contributed to Harlem for some time in her life. And we have been much benefited because of it. I, one, am a lover of books. I absolutely love storytelling. I use a lot of analogies all the time because I was read to, and I read to my children and my nieces and nephews, and next generations in my family, and other people's children too, which is kind of weird. But I was just saying, strange people's children, they love to sit and read. So my thing is that books need to be and I don't care, I run an IT company, so do you think this was crazy? But no, I love books. I have a huge bookshelf in my house full of books, and I can't say I read all of them, but I just collect them because I know I'm gonna read them someday, all of them. I'm not kidding, I just keep collecting books, and then I'm like, oh, what's that? Okay. And believe me, one person told me that you know that you're successful or you're heading in a way of success if your bookshelf or your books shelf are bigger than your television. And I was happy to smile when he said that, because it is. I only got a 32-inch. And that bookshelf is real big. So I felt pretty good, like I'm heading in the right direction. So I want to present our book aficionado here, the owner of an amazing bookstore that does way more than just books, Miss Jennifer P. Wilson.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jennifer Wilson. I'm the keeper of the Space Sisters Uptown Bookstore and Cultural Center. January 1, we celebrated 19 years. So a little history as to why I saw a need to start a bookstore in the community where I live and where I still live. I grew up in Southwest Georgia, which was a very small town, and there was no depiction of anyone who looked like me in any of the books that we studied from in school. There was no Black History Month, so I grew up feeling invisible. But I always dreamed and wondered who I was and what was my purpose. And so in my latter years of high school, I became a rebel, and that was how I ended up in New York City, because I had all these questions as to why. Why were there signs that said for colored only, for white only? Why did we have books that were written in and secondhand books? So I wondered why that existed in my community, and so my parents ended up sending me to New York City to live with my dad, and I ended up in the village of Harlem, where I saw proud Black folk. I saw people with history. The bookstores that were in the community was the Liberation Bookstore ran by Miss Una. Miss Una had a bookstore for over 30 years. There was a Liberation Bookstore that was right on Lenox Avenue. I met the owner of Black Books Plus. And so those, seeing those businesses exist helped me to know that it is possible to do work in your community, and I wanted to do it where I lived. I didn't want to have to go downtown for everything that I needed. So I canvassed the community of then Sugar Hill. They rezoned it and named it a whole lot of other things now, but to me, it will always be Harlem and Sugar Hill. So there were no bookstores uptown. And my premise was to open a bookstore for African American authors to house and present the information that our ancestors had left us, because that was left out of my equation as a child. So I ventured out to open the bookstore, which you will find is not, books are not high-ticketed items. So it's very difficult to own and operate a bookstore. So I found that I needed to add some other components. So in 2007, I actually added a cultural center where I could actually have authors, artists, storytellers to come into the space and bring another element. So that's why it's a bookstore, and it's also a cultural center where we present our culture, our information. So once a month we have an array of services where we have the African Folk Heritage Circle who come and tell stories from when we were children, and they bring us from there to present. We have People Jazz, which is an ensemble that comes and do spoken word to music. We have author events, we have book clubs. So I found that you have to do a lot of things to keep your doors open. There's no one way to do it. You can do a business plan, you can do whatever it is they've told you to do in your classes, but if you don't find a way to have that money continuously coming in to pay your bills, you will not exist. So the business plan didn't work for me. And so that's why I've added all these other components. And so I'm in a residential area where the foot traffic is not that great. So I have to have events. So I have events, and then that's when crowded people come and folk who don't even know we exist. So that's what you need to know, taken away from wanting to start your own business. There's no one way to get it done. And what I find is that we as black folk need to do more collaborative work, because what I do is I open the space up to sisters and brothers who don't have a space. And so if you need to come and sell your wares once a month or whatever, we have a vendor's market. This Saturday we just had 3 vendors there. There was a lady who makes her own jewelry, one lady makes clothes, and my friend Queen Healer makes black dolls. And so that's what I do. I know that we have to encompass who we are based on our own community. And so I came from in the South community of self. Everybody that I knew in that community had some kind of business. And so I saw that also in Harlem. We owned our own businesses. And so community itself, what that means is that money stays in your community and your community grows. We've kind of gotten away from that. I don't see that a lot. Our communities are almost extinct. And that's why I'm grateful for Brother Alston, because he has a premise and he knows that if we all come collective again, we can rebuild Black Wall Street. Yes. And so I see that what needs to happen as a result of that also is generational wealth. We need to leave legacy for our babies, and we need to find a way that they don't end up having to go through what we're going through. And so what I do is not for me, it's for our babies. And so I'm grateful to join with other African American women and men who are on the path of creating our own destiny, because that's what it's going to take. And so I'm grateful that we are all coming together. So if there's anything in the realm that I'm in that I can do to help permeate or have you come in the space to present, if you dance, sing, or you make clothes, or whatever it is you do, if you need a space, it's open for that. And so it's been an interesting journey these 19 years, because when I opened this space, folk from my community who looked like me said, well, she ain't gonna make it because black folk don't read. So guess what? Enough black folk reading. That's right. We still here. And even if I'm not here, our children, I'm prayerful, will take it to the next dimension because it's not for me. And so what I also have learned over these 19 years is that we need to own our spaces, because 19 years in, the landlord can just say, well, I'm not renewing your lease and I'm done. So we need to figure out how to do work and own the spaces that we're renting. And so that's my premise now, to find out how, not how, to get it done. Because you have to guard your words. Your words become who you are and what you speak. So if you say I'm buying it, you're going to buy it. There's no coincidence that it came into your space, into your existence. So I believe that ownership is something that we need to do. We need to do collaborative, find out how we can buy buildings, how we can buy land, because we need to farm, because any day they say the supermarket is closed, then there's no food. We need to have our own banks, because when we go to get the money out the bank and the bank is closed, we need to educate our own children. When I was growing up, and I was in elementary school 50 years ago, I didn't see anybody looking like me in a book. Thank you, darling. Yeah. These lights are, and then, you know. So 50 years ago, there was no depiction of anybody looking like me in a book, and I just saw something the other day where the teachers were on strike because the elementary children don't have any diverse books in the school with anybody who looks like them. So how is it 50 years later we're in the same predicament with our children not seeing images of themselves? So I do what I do because our babies need to know they're not invisible. And so, you know, we have to do what we do. We have to come together to dispel the mist of we can't make it because of 1, 2, and 3. We can. There's nothing that we can't do, because one thing that I do when I open every day is there's a prayer that I do, and I pray for continued clarity of purpose so that I may hold my vision steady and keep my eyes on the focus of others, which in turn will bring me my success. I pray for every article in Sisters Uptown Bookstore that it will go to the right person for the right price, given perfect satisfaction. So we've created an energy in this space where it's very, very ancestral, because folk come and they're like, it feels so good in here. And so that's an energy that you also have to create in your space, where it's just not about business, but you're embracing the energy and the culture of our ancestors who we stand on their back. So when you come to the space, because I know all y'all coming, you will see you're going to want to take your shoes off, because it's a very comfortable energy. And I welcome you. I welcome suggestions and ways that we can now move forward in terms of creating our own community again, creating our own Black Wall Street again, because that's what it's going to take. And I'm so grateful to see the brothers and sisters come out today to start that concerted effort, because that's what it's going to take. So if there are any questions that you have for me, if there's anything that I can do, I'm more than welcome to, I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have, and then invite you. I bought some bookmarks showing our 19 years of success. And you know, for a Black woman, and to be at this point on this day, the only Black-owned bookstore in the borough of Manhattan, we didn't have. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. So just come on up and let's network and see what it is that we can get done together. God bless. Peace and blessings.
Giving out goodies. That's the goodies, okay? Thank you. You got to believe. And actually, So yeah, I will be there. I'm inviting people, you know, trying to connect some folks with some folks, and that is a definite place I love to connect people in with. So, as we're gonna try this one more time, I would like to present Mr. Ken Murray. Come on, give some energy. You need to know something. Get up here. Okay, I like that. You going to let them know what you just said.
Black on Scarf?
That's right.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, give yourself a warm welcome hand. Y'all gotta stop eating because y'all making me hungry. Anyway, I want to say thank you, Mark, for once again having me come out. This is the second time around for me. And, you know, I was listening to the young lady who said, where is she? The one that just got finished speaking, talking about she's the only black-owned bookstore in Harlem, and that's a shame. Because if Harlem's supposed to be ours, we should have more than one black-owned bookstore. We should have more than one bookstore, period. You know, so I'm here to tell you that, you know, years ago, back in 1984, I was a consultant for Rob's Comedy Fest, where we had people like John Smooth, J.B. Smooth, Tracy Morgan, Freddie Ricks, all these guys, you know, was a part of that whole Capone, Rob Stapleton, all of them was a part of, you know, Rob's Comedy Fest when he put on big shows. I became a consultant for that, and then I realized, I said, wait a minute, you know, you look at shows on TV, and a lot of our people don't have the ability to walk up to Channel 2, to walk up to MTV, to go to the BETs and say, hey, I have talent, I need to be on your show. So what I did was, I said, you know what, public access was new back then. I said, but let me do something. Let me create a platform where our people can come who have something to say, something to show, and something that makes sense. So we created a platform called What's Going On back in 1986. Here's some, y'all do the math, 30-something years later. I'm celebrating 33, 34 years on TV, 17 years with radio, and I'm proud to say that there are so many people that we've opened doors for, only because there were people before us that opened the doors for us, people before them that opened the doors for them. My whole idea about giving back is don't thank me for helping you, thank us by helping somebody else. That's how we do it. Now, I'm a firm believer that there is no finish line. So if you feel like you've gone to the finish line and you won, it's time to get out of this business. And I say that to say this. Back in 2018, the state of New York gave me a proclamation. Most people say, well, you know, you did your job, that's good, go sit down, relax. This past Friday, I was honored for Black History Month down in Atlantic City. So I'm looking, I'm saying to myself, are you awarding me for something that I've done and let's stop? No, because if you find yourself in a race, there's always hurdles to cross. There's always new things to overcome. And that's what I feel this is. Any award that I get is telling me I need to achieve more. There's more to achieve, because anybody that gets in this business and feel you've learned everything, you've learned nothing, because you're giving up. The other thing I'll tell people out here who may not be in business but are looking to start business, never ever start your business by saying, what if it fails? Because if you do, you failed. Because the defeatist attitude will cause your business to suffer. How many times you seen black businesses grand opening and grand closing, all in the same maybe month? All because we have this thing where we like to compete against each other. If I come in with a Rolls Royce, somebody want a Lamborghini. If three of us started the business, I'm the chief, you're the underlings. I get 60%, you get 30%, and however y'all break that up, but I'm the man. But if you look at other races, and I'm going to use, let's say Jewish people for example, three of them, there's 33.33%. They may fight later, but while they're fighting, we're spending our money with them and making them richer. So no matter how much they fight, we're going broke by keeping them in business. So they'll be fighting for 40 years while we'll be broke in less than a year. So what I'm trying to say is, what Mark is doing tonight by bringing all of us together to collectively come up with an idea on how to be more powerful, and not just buying, but in owning. Because like the young lady said, If we rent a building for 19 years and the landlord comes in and say, you're closed, you're closed. That 19 years of money that you invested is gone. Now what? What's your backup plan? I went to visit my daughter in Belize because she had a baby. But I watched the underdevelopment that's out there and people going out there buying. I'm going back out there in July because I'm buying land. I see the need to be able to take the money that I've earned and do something where I can help somebody else. So if I go out there and buy, I can build whatever I want, and I can house whatever I want, and I can help whoever I want. So if it means that you guys want to broaden out and you say, I know Murphy's in Belize, I want to go out there, you can come out there, I don't care. That's what it's for. That's why I built What's Going On. That's why I'm on the air right now on the radio. And what I do is, I don't get into the music that we hear today, because to me, and I'm not knocking nobody for their hustle. Whatever you do, that's up to you. However you find a way to make it work, make it work. But not at the expense of degrading our own people. What I'm saying is this. I got into music to play the music that made us who we are. Because our parents, to the music that I play, made us. That music is the soundtrack to our growing up. So in other words, I play R&B, classic R&B, rare soul. I'm on every morning, Monday through Friday on ClassicSoul1075.com. There is an app you can put on your phone. Go to your Play Store, your Google Play Store, and get the app. It's Classic Soul 1075. You'll get me every day. The music we play, there's no cursing. Even when I do my show, I don't care who the artist is. We had Snoop on the show. Snoop, you can't curse. Much respect, Ken. Because I take pride in what I do, and I don't care who you are. If you got something that's interesting, then I'm going to put you on the show. But if you get on there acting the fool, that's nothing but archive. I'm not airing it. Because you're not going to sit on my show and make a buffoon out of me or yourself. Not on my show. And whatever I play for my kids, I'll play for your kids. If it ain't for my kids, it ain't for your kids. That's how I do what I do. So for 34 years, I've had a show called What's Going On, and every time you turn on that show, I don't care if you're 8, I don't care if you're 108, I don't care if you're atheist or a priest, a pastor, whatever it is, you'll find something in that show for you, because I don't do anything derogatory, I don't demean nobody, you cannot curse on my show, I don't care who you are. What I'm saying to you is have respect for yourself, because if you don't, you can't have anybody respect you. You have to also, where's she at? Believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you'll have a hard time convincing anybody else to believe in you. So thank you all so much for coming out, and continued success to each and every last one of you.
So just come on out, reach out to me on my page, Believe in Yourself Video with Claudette St. Rose on Facebook. I'm happy to give you information about this event, or call me at 212-714-7188. And now, I am just honored to be sitting with a beautiful young lady whom I met tonight.
Hi.
How are you, my dear?
I'm fine, I'm great.
Sit back,
I'm trying.
sit back and make yourself comfortable,
I'm like
girl.
tall and stools are just like a problem. Anyway, hi.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm
It's
fine.
so nice to talk to you on camera now. We're on camera.
Yes, we are.
So for those who are watching, tell us who you are.
Okay, my name is Aziza Brown. I am the owner of Dynamic Focus. It's an esports team. And I have a division with pro gamers and content creators.
And so, Aziza, are you on social media?
Yes, I am.
Okay, how can people find you?
Okay, that's Dynamic Focus on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also on YouTube and Twitch.
I love what you do. If there was a young person watching out there and it just finds what you do fascinating, how can they reach you? If they wanted, maybe they have, gifts and talents and they just need somebody to guide them. What do they need to do?
Okay, you can email us at info@dynamicfocus.com, and you can talk about what you do, what you like to, if you're working at the time. Unfortunately, I don't take people under the age of 18 because of my child labor laws. So,
okay.
So I do a lot of work on if you need help. Actually applying to different companies. I have sat down with other people who went into our DMs and asked if they can join a team, but I didn't have a space for them. So I just told them exactly how to apply to other places, and they go and find different teams that actually will work with them.
Right. So when you say teams, Aziza, what do you mean specifically for those who are watching, so they understand exactly what you do?
So what it is they're esports orgs, like organizations that help people travel to events. They help them with they help them with learning about commercials, how to commercialize themselves. Also, they help you out with marketing and streams and stuff like that. They sell their gear, and then you get a piece of the profit.
Well, that's great. Well,
Yeah.
remember to reach out to
Yeah.
Aziza. She has a world of information, and
Yeah.
she can help you. Just reach out. And again, not under 18 or 18. You have to be older in order for her to work with you.
But I will help you learn about. If you're under the age, will help you like learn about the industry and how you can do everything on your own. Because a lot of times people do pick up people younger, but for me, I don't feel comfortable. But other than that.
All right, on 3, can we say believe in yourself? You and I together.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Believe in yourself. All right.
Thank you, Aziza. Thank you very much.
And we sitting in the same meeting, and I'm like, she's like, how you doing? You would never know we didn't know each other, and that's how she is. And that's the energy she brings to a space and to success. She will walk you into yours, okay, and remind you a success. Just say it. And I'm like, all right, I'm a success, okay. And sometimes we need that person, you know, and we can be that person for each other. I'm so excited. You know, I don't know why I'm holding this. I completely lost my pad. I'm gonna say it. They handed me a bag with all the raffles in it, and look, they put a light.
They don't lose it.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Just make sure my winning ticket. Oh my God, my bad. Anyway, we gonna get back to this. But I want to let everybody know. So we've decided that we're gonna have to hold up because we have some exciting people to bring up. Specifically, one is Debbie. I'm gonna tell y'all. I run into some people with some interesting businesses. Whew. And when I say interesting, they have to explain, because that's just embarrassing. I blush, I ain't gonna lie. Come on up, Miss Debbie. Explain to them how you handle the sensual arts of everything erotic. Oh, that's good. You are.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Thank you. For the folks in the back, I'm going to need y'all to listen up. Thank you. Hi, my name is Myesha, and I'm the owner of Sensual Energy Alchemy. I am a sacred sexuality coach. I work with women and men and couples, helping them to have better sex, healthier relationships, and orgasmic wealth, because that makes for a happier life. I said don't really, so listen up. So before my partner, Serenade, and I introduce the Black Tantra Group of New York City and tell you what our workshop is going to be about on March 16th, I need to show you better than I can tell you. So if everybody can, wherever you are, feet flat on the ground, you can stand, you can sit. You can close your eyes if you want to leave them open. You will be required to make some sound. You're going to take 5 deep breaths, like so. 5 of them. Ready? Breath number 1, breathe in deeply through the lungs. Exhale with sound. That's lackluster, y'all. I hope your sex is not like that. No, absolutely not. We are all grown here. So let's do this again, and then I should hear y'all.
We're sorry.
Okay. Let's do it again. Deep breath in. Let me hear it. That's number 1. Number 2, deep breath in. Number 3, deep breath in.
Ain't no minute.
Number 4, deep breath in. Number 5, deep breath in. You see the difference in your body? Oh yeah. You see how you feel? That's orgasmic breathing. All right, Seren's going to tell you a little bit about our workshop on March 16th from 4 to 7 p.m.
Hello, so yes, we are members of Black Tantra Group of NYC, and on March 16th, we're going to be doing much more of what Myesha shared with us. We're going to be doing more orgasmic breathing, but we're also going to give you tools on how to be more intimate with your partner and take your sex to the next level without your clothes coming off, essentially. So we'll be exploring tantric touch, how to touch your partner and be close to them, right? How to breathe with them, open up all your senses for play, all right? Everything that we do really should be playful, because if it's work, then it's not fun, right? And sex should be fun. Connection should be fun. So on March 16th, we'll be together, we'll give you breathing exercises, music. There'll also be refreshments and even ways to connect with your food. Like we all sat here and ate and drank a whole bunch of stuff. But have you ever really taken a moment with your food? Yes, I have. And take a couple more minutes with that food. So yes, we're Black Tantra Group of NYC, and we just want people like us to know that they have access to this orgasmic breath, this power, because that's where everything comes from. Our sexual energy gives us life, it gives us power, it gives us energy, and all this wonderful stuff. So March 16th, you can find us on Instagram, Black Tantra NYC, Black Tantra Group of NYC, also on Facebook, March 16th from 4 to 7 p.m. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
And so, really quickly, Ruby spoke about energy earlier, and she was absolutely correct. It is important that we are really clear on our energy, whether we are connecting with someone physically, or whether we are connecting with someone emotionally, or even in a setting such as this. It is important that we are aware of the energy that we carry, especially the people in the back who aren't able to listen to all of us talking in the front. It is important that we're able to connect with each other, and that's really what sacred sexuality is about. One of the reasons we're so passionate about this and bringing this to brown people is because sex has been very twisted in our community. It has been commoditized, it has turned women into objects, it has turned men into penises and wallets. And we want to understand and respect the fact that we are energetic beings. We are more than our body, and it is time that we got back to connecting with each other on a level that's beyond just the visceral, physical level. Although we're having fun with the sensual things that we're doing, we know that it does create an effect for you all. We want you all to connect on a deeper level than that. So you can find us at Black Tantra Group at NYC. You can also find me all over social media at Sensual Energy Alchemy on Instagram. It is not safe for work, but you can find me there. You can also find me on Facebook. I'm just being honest, don't open it up at work. You can also find me on Facebook at Sensual Energy Alchemy and www.sensualenergyalchemy.com. I offer coaching for men, coaching for women, and coaching for couples.
Thank you so much,
Hello, sis. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. I'm so glad. What do you think about our event tonight?
This was wonderful. I was so glad to come out here and see all the entrepreneurs and get to connect with so many people. This is a great event. It's my first time.
Yeah. What is your name, sis?
Myesha.
Myesha, I like that.
I got one
Thank you. Tell us what you do. Tell us what you do.
Sure. So my business is Sensual Energy Alchemy, and I'm also one of the founding members of Black Tantra Group of NYC. I am a tantric and sacred sexuality coach. So I work with men, women, and couples, helping them to have better sex, healthier relationships, orgasmic wealth, and happier lives.
Orgasmic wealth. That sounds pretty deep.
Yes. I mean, if you've got great sex and good money, you're happy, right?
Oh,
So
Absolutely. Great sex and good money. That's everything, you guys.
It is.
So how can people find you if they wanted more information about your business?
Sure, they can find me at sensualenergyalchemy.com. They can also find me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at Sensual Energy Alchemy.
And so you also do private workshops, or what do you do?
I do.
Tell us about that.
Yep. So I do workshops and classes that focus around relationships, communication, and also sexuality. I just wrapped up 2 classes on oral sex. It was much more than what people think.
Classes on what? Tell us again.
Oral sex.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I also do workshops. I have a workshop coming up on March 16th with the Black Tantra Group of NYC from 4 to 7 p.m. here in New York City. You can find us on Facebook at Black Tantra Group of NYC or on Instagram at Black Tantra NYC for that upcoming workshop.
I love that. So would you refer a few people to our upcoming event? Just stay connected so you know exactly when the next gathering is going to be. It's normally the very last Monday of the month.
Absolutely.
So I would say, I don't know exactly the date, but it would be the last Monday in March, and we'll be back here, I believe. I'm not sure. But the venue and everything will be, announced.
Oh, well, I'm a Harlemite, so I'm here.
Well, you would know exactly what's happening, but I'd like to invite you to join my page. I have a page called Believe in Yourself Video.
Okay.
We'd love for you to be a part of that on Facebook.
Absolutely, I will. As soon as I'm finished here, I'll grab my phone and
just tell a friend to tell a friend. That's what it's all about. This is what we have to do to promote ourselves.
That's right.
That's the only way.
For us, by us.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's say that. For us, by us. On 3. You and I.
For us, by us.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Myesha. And
Of course, travel is a part of what we're doing, all trying to get to move around and get to different parts of the world. So keep that in mind. This young lady's going to help us do it. I absolutely learned what a travel agent and a travel professional actually brings to the table as of lately. I have no clue how to put that stuff together. And I do not wish to. It is just too much. And I'm glad that there are people who love doing that. So I will be in touch with her because apparently business is growing and so is my travel schedule. She has some stuff I want to go to too. Oh, we need to go to Bermuda. Okay. Yes. Yeah, me too. Bermuda. All right. So I actually wanted to bring up a young lady who was up briefly. Come on. Yes. Because I want to make sure that we do share the gifts of everyone in the room that gifts to each other's businesses. This young lady is a treasure trove of information, support, and content. Everybody needs that. It doesn't matter who's in this room. You need content. So you need Claudette St. Rose.
hello, everybody. Claudette St. Rose, for those who don't know me. I have a company called Believe in Yourself Video. Believe in Yourself came from my childhood. I am the 3rd child of a union, the union of Isaac and Sarah St. Rose. My parents are deceased. And when I was young, I'm the only girl, when I was young, being the last of 3, my older brothers were already in school, and my dream was always to do what they do. You know, little kids in the house, you always want to do like your older siblings do. And so my dad would always say to me, well, you have to believe in yourself. Well, I did that. I continuously tried and did all that I had to do. Well, to make a long story short, when I was ready to go to school, I would skip 2 grades. Because when I went to school, I already knew all the things that they were doing. And this is good and it's bad because I was able to catch up with my second oldest brother. So he and I, we were in the same class. That was good but bad because your little sister was in the same class with you and you know, doing all the honor roll and all the stuff. So that was a little bit, you know, for him. Well, in any event, the name of my company came from my dad, and I just brought it forth because to me, believe in yourself. It's not only that, it's more. To me, it's like the higher power. You have to believe in something. You have to have something that you can carry through, something that you can give back. And so in doing that, I formed this company that is called Believe in Yourself, and what we do, videotape Not only that, I'm not only someone who a videographer, but I'm also the front person. I come to events, I come to your event, you have an idea, and in talking to me, I am a visionary, and I can take what you're saying and make it to where you want to take it, because this is what I do. Conversation, I work on energy. Energy is very big to me. And I can feel the energy in the room, and this is how I work in talking to people. So this is sort of my propeller, the energy, what I get from you. So I videograph people, I do videos, but I also, I'm the person, the front person, I can do the camera, like my partner here is doing. I can do the camera, I can do behind the camera and in front of the camera. And editing. Our services are pretty reasonable, because one of the things that we try to do in our community is help our people. It's not about trying to kill our people, it's trying to, everybody can eat. This is what we're trying to do. Help each other to get to the next level. My position, and this has always been my thought, is if I can help you get to the next level, I'm helping myself. Because by you moving on and doing greater and bigger things, it just shows where I stand in terms of me moving up as well. So my objective is to help my people. Of course, there are fees and everything involved, but my whole purpose is to be able to help my fellow men to get to the next level. I do a lot of community work as well. Kids are my passion. I love kids. I have a soft spot for kids. And in saying that, I do a lot of volunteer work, because not all about money all the time. Money is important, because you can't go to the store without money. But I also volunteer because in order to get, you have to give. And it's not about me, it's about the people that are coming behind me. We all stand on somebody's shoulder. And so I believe in giving or paying forward what I have gotten, what I've been blessed with. I have 2 kids. I'm the mother of 2 kids. My son was finished with college at 20. He has a double master's. My daughter is 17. She's 18. She started college at 17, and she is...
What are their names?
I'm sorry?
What are their names?
My son, Gabriel Ethan Allen, my son. He's 25, and he has a double master's with a minor and he has a whole bunch of different titles. He's doing fantastic. And my daughter, Maya Alexa, she started college at 17, and she was accepted into Georgetown University solely on Scholastic, and she's on the dean's list. And she's just finishing up her sophomore year and doing fantastic. So I believe that not only energy works for me, it's not only energy, but it's also your persona. I think we're spiritual beings here on earth, having an earthly experience, but the whole thing I think that a lot of times we take for granted is that we believe that this is forever. This is not forever. And I think one of the things that is important is not only to make your mark, because that's not important, is to do what you know is right and do what is right for yourself and your fellow man. More than yourself, for your fellow man. So my objective is to give the best of me, and in doing that, make sure that this is portrayed in my work. I take pride in what I do, and my objective again is to help my fellow men and not hurt anyone. And so that's me. You can reach me. I'm on Facebook. I have a page called Believe in Yourself Video, and I try to put a lot of stuff that is uplifting to the community. I don't really care about all the cursing and all that stuff. That's really not what I'm about. So there are things that are happening in the community. And so this is what you're going to find on my page, and you're also going to find things that are inspirational and things that I've done, which is quite extensive. And so that's who I am. I thank Mark Alston for giving me a platform to come here and also express myself. My sister Ruby, love you to pieces. I'm a very busy lady. Apart from doing my regular job, this is something that I do on the side, but because I love it, I really put my heart in it, and this is who I am, and I have my business cards and information that I'll be happy to share with you. Thank you very much.
You doing something for your mother?
Oh, my mom. I have an event coming up on the 31st of March. My mom passed away about a year and 3 months ago. She started out with cancer. She was a cancer survivor, and the chemotherapy and all that radiation did something to her brain. And so she died of Alzheimer's. Unfortunately, when she died, when she was stricken with the disease, it was probably about 6 or 7 years that she didn't know who we were. She lost all her memory. So I am having this charity basketball game on the 31st of March in my mother's honor. I have cards with me, and I would love for all of you to come out and support that. It's going to be here in Harlem on West 144th Street, the Fred Samuel Community Center. And I would love to have all of you come out to be a part of my event in honor of my mother. So, looking forward to talking to you guys more about that. I have cards with all the information. And again, would love to have you. And thank you. Thank you for coming out. This is all about us. It's all about building ourselves and taking ourselves to the next level. I love this lady right here.
I know, this is my girl. She always takes good care of me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Child, I love it. I have gotten the pleasure of meeting so many interesting people who have a heart for Harlem, heart for people, givers. I mean, you receive only after you give, and the ones that give the most, you wonder why they're doing it, why they get what they get, it's because that's what they're giving. So I'm going to bring up this, it's Deneen Connor. Yes, please. Y'all put your hands together for Deneen Connor. This woman going to tell you something. All right, I met this lady at the last mixer, and it was just a shocker because I'm like, we got to buy some books now because nobody told y'all about my bookshelf. Yeah, she gonna be in it. Yeah. Yeah, dude. No, it's kind of, yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. Go ahead.
Oh, Mike, because of the winter, I just love the light. I'm a little warm.
Yeah, you know.
Hi, my name is Deneen Connor, and my tag is I am an author. I am a self-published author. I have self-published 8 books. I started in 2010. My first book is called Tell Him. I wrote the book because I was hanging out, I have friends, girlfriends, and everyone kept saying, there are no good men, there are no good men. So I said, I will create a good man. And that's what I did. I created a good man in the story. And I built the story around the man. Now, this man, Shannon, is basically a man that every woman wants. You know, you want someone that's honest, loyal, faithful, just all the good stuff.
Yeah, honest.
You know? But then we have the person who is Sky, which the book is really about her also as a single woman in her trials and tribulations and trying to find a man. Now, as women, we say we want a good man, but when he comes around, sometimes we don't know how to treat him. And this is basically what happened with Sky. She prayed and she prayed. She was tired of all the crap that she had to deal with men, and she wanted this good man. But the problem was that she was so used to being single that she didn't know how to transition into a relationship. It was easy for her to deal with the knuckleheads and the liars and everything, but when she had a man that wanted to be there and be good for her, she didn't know how to respond. So I will say that they did get together. It was a happy ending because it was my first book. I didn't know that. So after I wrote the book, everyone kept saying, well, what happened next? What happened next? And I was like, nothing, because that was the end of the book. And they wanted more. So instead of going into the second book, I went into short stories. I wanted to challenge myself as an author. So I wrote 4 short stories, which was my book called Excuses. And these books and these stories, they all had surprise endings. I wanted to try my hand in suspense. And so, like, for example, the first book is first story is called How Many? Man and a woman gets together. He asks that question that no man should ever ask a woman, and that is, no. How many what? There you go. That's the name of the first story. How many? He asked her how many men has she's been with, and he told her that he did not like the answer. So now it's a matter of whether or not he's going to stay with her. It's going to be an excuse he's going to use to break up or stay with her. The second story is called Facebook. I tell everyone that Facebook is the devil when it comes to relationships. Why she on your page? Why he liking this? Why he doing this? Why he doing that? So a man and woman gets together. Wait, what? Is the truth? Man and woman gets together. He opens a Facebook page. She accuses him of cheating with someone on Facebook. She wants him to close the Facebook page, and he says no, and all hell breaks loose. The third story is called Twisted Love. Man and a woman gets together. The best thing I can say is that everybody's cheating on everybody. But the thing about it is, how can you salvage a relationship? It's an excuse to break up once you know that the partners have been cheating. And then the last one, which is my favorite and everyone's favorite, is called Wedding Day. Man and a woman gets together, preacher says that famous line, and X stands up and objects. So now, I will say, like I said, it was 4 short stories that I had in my head, and that was the end of it. But everyone kept saying, no, seriously, you can't leave it like that. You know, I'm like, what? It's like, no, what happened? I'm like, nothing, because that's the end of the book. So finally, I took that story and I made a second part called After the Wedding. So it continues on. The stalker now, she wants her man. She's not going to be satisfied until she gets her man. And then I said, I'm done. But then I realized and I heard that it was really true when the author said that the characters speak to you. They tell you. So now, Shannon and Sky was like, hello, I'm ready to be told my second story. Come on, write me. So I went back and I wrote Tell Him Too. Now in Tell Him Too, women, we have a good man, everything is fine, life is good, we are happy. But an ex comes back. And he was an ex that got away. So now what happens? Exactly. But as women, now we think the grass is greener on the other side. Is it? No. Are you willing to leave what you have, this good man that you have, to go with someone else? So now before in the first book, Sky didn't have a man. Now she got 2 men fighting for her. And these 2 men are fighting for her to come to the point that she has to make a decision and she has to choose. So then I ended up writing the third one, which is called Tell Her Shannon's Story. Now in this book, I love this book because one, I write as a man. That's not easy. Because I didn't want him to make it seem too masculine, too feminine. You know, I just had to find the right combination. And basically, Shannon is telling Sky why she needs to choose him, why they need to stay together. But what I also love about this book is that in the first book, Tell Him, I have a love scene where they make love for the first time, and Sky telling everyone, or telling the story of how she made love and what she was thinking. And Tell Her Shannon's Story, I go back to the same exact scene, but now you see it through Shannon's eyes, what he was thinking, what he was going on while he was making love to Sky. And so that ends up being my Tell Him story, my Tell Him series, which I have Tell Him Too, and Tell Her Shannon's Story. And then I move on to the wedding, which is called the Wedding series, which is called Wedding Day, After the Wedding, and you're quarterly invited to another wedding, which is the last book with the stalker that I told you about. Well, now she's planning their wedding. So, yeah, she wants him, and she wants him bad. So she's planning their wedding because she's going to get him and they're going to be together. But I can't tell you what happened because, of course, I want you to buy the book. So, and then I have another book, which is called The Grandparents. About 4 or 5 years ago, not that kind of story. 4 or 5 years ago, I became the caregiver of my grandparents. Taking care of the elderly is really, really hard, let me say. Especially, they both were going through the dementia and Alzheimer's and everything. And I became so frustrated, and I had to constantly remember, it's not about me. They don't mean what they say when they say the things that they say. So I used to come back and I used to go on Facebook just to say the things that my grandmother and my grandfather said, just to like relief. For example, with my grandmother, I would feed her, say, 12 o'clock. 12:30, she tells me she's hungry. So Grandma, I just feed you. No, you didn't. I ain't eat nothing all day. Grandma, I just fed you. No, you didn't. So it got so bad to the point that I had to start taking pictures of her eating to show her that she was eating. So then I said, look, you just ate. And she looked at me and she'll say, Well, I'm hungry again. What can I do? I have to feed her. You know, so it was like little things that they would say, and you know, it just, another one, which is one of my favorites though. We were coming back from North Carolina on the train. At the time, she was like 94, 95 somewhere. I thought she was gonna sleep the whole way. I had my laptop, I was gonna do some writing. And I told you she liked to eat, so I got a sandwich. I cut it up in fours, and I think I would give it to her like every hour and a half. This lady slept like 10 minutes the whole 9 hours. She would not go to sleep, okay? She just kept talking, I'm hungry, I want this, I want that, you don't feed me. Somebody next to us really thought it was elderly abuse, okay? I mean, she was really, really going, and I was getting so frustrated, but I just had to remember, it's not, you know, she don't mean it, this and that. So she took the laptop and she hit it, and it almost fell out my lap. So I'm like, look, old lady, you better chill. So thankfully there was a pastor that was sitting next to us, and she saw my frustration. So she came and she sat down and she talked to her to give me a break. So I called my niece who was picking us up, because you know it's like a 9-hour flight, 9-hour ride. I said, look, you better be out there. I can't take this old lady no more. Be out there as soon as we get there. We get there, of course she's not there because she's caught in traffic. So I'm like, come on, come on, come on. So she finally comes, grandmother gets in the car. So my niece say, hey grandma. I'm like, hey baby, how you doing? So she said, how you been? She said, good. She said, well, how was your trip to North Carolina? North Carolina? I ain't been to North Carolina. I just looked at her. Like 9 hours coming back from North Carolina, she don't forgot that she went to North Carolina. So in my tribute to them, I wrote a book, and what I did is I asked my family members to give me their favorite stories of our grandparents, and I just put a collection in the book, and I presented it to them, and it's called The Grandparents. Unfortunately, my grandfather passed away last year. He was 96, and my grandmother passed away 2 years ago. She was 97. So I was happy that they got to see it, they enjoyed it. And you know, every time I go to the house, they had it on their little coffee table and everything. You know, they was proud of their granddaughter. You know, so everyone wants me to make, you know, a whole book about them, but I just think I'll leave it at that. But that's another book that I have, is The Grandparents. So that's my story. I am an author. What I have here are excerpts from my books. It's a booklet, and it gives you a little sample of all the books. So I'll be giving these out. And you can find me, I'm on everything as I am an author. Facebook, I am an author. My author page is I am an author / Connor. Instagram, I am an author. Twitter, I _ am an author. And that's it. Thank you.
Y'all see why I couldn't tell you? All right, she got some books, y'all. She got books. And I've got writers. I love it. It's amazing. Okay. Look at that. We got pictures going on. It's a little bit of everything. Come on now. Network going around. Look at them. I do it.
Paparazzi over here. Paparazzi.